Hey guys, Ian here with another album review. As you know of reading the title, this is a Skillet album review, and I'll be reviewing Collide. Now, I just want to say that this album is very good. Probably, definitely, like, three of the greatest. Of course, just, it's awesome. I don't really know how to explain it. Technically speaking, it's not too creative, but it's definitely more creative than the last album, Alien Youth, which I did not like at all. I really like creativity within music, especially with certain bands. Like, I really like Nile, because they're a very creative band. Like, you don't hear anything when you go to listen to Nile. You don't hear that stuff in other music. Like with certain other bands, like most of the screamo stuff, you're probably going to be hearing the same thing over and over again with multiple bands. But this album wasn't too creative. It was a bit creative here and there, but pretty basic, but it's not too basic, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not too creative, but it's not too basic that the part that's like, you listen to another band, it's like, oh, that sounds like Savior from the Collide album, But it was a very good album. Definitely one of my favorite Skillet albums. My favorite being Invincible. This is probably my second favorite. And let's just start off with, I guess I'll try to name some of the tracks. Most of the songs, like Savior, after this album, the Skillet has played Savior a lot live, and it's very good live. And I have to say, I probably like it better studio album than live. I don't know, just whenever I see it live or I hear it live, it's just doesn't have that feel when you look into it, listening to it, not looking at it, listening to it on the CD. I don't know, that's just me. I guess, songs are meant to be played live anyway, but, well, rock and roll and metal is meant to be played live. But I don't know, I just personally liked it more. Probably because most of the time, John Cooper will do a scream after the intro when they're going into the more heavy music, because it starts out with kind of like an acoustic intro, which is really good. Probably one of the best intros Skillet's ever done. Because Skillet's not too good at intros. But, yeah, except for Invincible, of course. But, I guess, because John Cooper does the scream, this kind of like, kind of thing. Not like too death metal or anything like I just did. That was kind of death metal-ish. But he does kind of like, just like this kind of rock scream. I don't know if they do screaming in rock, but it's kind of like that. You guys, anyone who's seen it live or heard it live, you guys know what I'm talking about. And to be honest, I don't like how he does that. It's not his style to be kind of just going screaming into the microphone. It's not John Cooper's style, and I don't ever like it when he does that. It's just, sometimes when he doesn't, I'm like, was that John Cooper or was that someone else in the band? Because it's just not him, But he did have a very good vocal performance. I was surprised on this album. He kind of had more of an Invincible, kind of not too classic Skillet when it's like back to the first two albums, because that was very different. But he kind of brought it back with, like, Alien Youth. It just wasn't there. He didn't have it. His vocal style was not good. With this one, it's more of an Invincible vocal style, and it's very good, because that's what you should be doing, is that kind of vocal style. It does seem sometimes, if you really pay attention to it, on the older albums and the newer albums, and sometimes just on certain songs, he will change his vocal style. Not too much to the point that it's completely different. Like in the song "Looking for Angels" on Comatose, he does change his vocal style a lot there. That's almost different. Like when I first heard that song, I thought it was like the guitarist singing and not him. But that's on a different album, not Collide. And probably the weak spot on the album would be Forsaken, the first track, which is probably the weakest song on the album. It's still a good track, but it's the weakest, and I'd rather listen to the other ones. And probably Open Wounds, the third track, not an original track. I actually found out that it was just put on there, because originally it was 10 tracks for the original Collide album, and then I guess they put this one on. They did a re-release or something. I don't completely know, but I do know that that's not an original track. Open Wounds is not an original track from the original Collide produced album. The drums were good. Can kind of hear the drums much cleaner than Alien Youth. Alien Youth, you could hear it, but it wasn't a clean drum sound. Production-wise, with Alien Youth, with the drums, it just wasn't there. This one definitely improved with that. Guitars, good as always. Bass, still couldn't really hear the bass too much, but if you really listen, you could hear it. And yeah, most people don't really listen. But of course, I have to really listen to it, because I'm going to be reviewing it, and I have to know what I'm talking about. So, bass isn't always, you can't really hear the bass all the time with a Skillet album. Don't expect to listen to the Skillet album and be able to hear the bass loud and clear like Steve Harris and Iron Maiden. Just don't expect that, because it's not going to happen with any of their albums. I'm not saying that John Cooper's a bad bass player or anything like that. He's a very talented bass player, and I really like his style, but it's just production-wise, don't expect to hear the bass too much. You might hear it every once in a while, but just don't expect it to be, right in your face like a lead instrument. Because for Skillet, it is a bit of a background instrument. You could hear it a bit better on live albums and stuff, but it's just, yeah. Anyway, production's good. Again, not too creative things on there, but not too basic things on there. It's kind of in the middle. Guitar's great. Bass, we went over that before. Drums is good. Clean drums. Vocals are good. Very good. This is, besides, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I think the vocal, production-wise, is cleaner. Not saying better, but it's cleaner than Invincible, my favorite album. But this is probably the best productions that they've ever done. Like, probably, it's probably even better than Best Kept Secret. Not Best Kept Secret, Invincible. But, I don't know. To me, it kind of is at some times. But I prefer listening to Invincible over anything they've ever done. But in total, this is a very good album, and I would have to give it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out my other videos, subscribe, comment, tell me what you guys think about the album. I really want to start saying that at the end of my videos now. So tell me what you think of the album, comment, like, share if you even want to, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next review.